Let's make sure. I think we're live. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. I am so excited to be back with you all for So Long Live. I hope I have everything. You know how it goes. I hope I have everything set up correctly. It's been a while. We've been very busy this summer, but I am looking forward to doing more consistent So Long Lives with you all. So we are going to be sewing today the Luna backpack from Stitches by Christy. I did put the link in the comments for you all. Also, all of the links are in the details of the video as well, for the pattern as well as all the supplies that I am using. So if you want to grab that, it is on sale. I'm so thankful to Christy for allowing me to share her pattern today on the channel. And as always, I really encourage us all to go and support these pattern designers, especially when they have sales, because it's definitely not something they need to do. And being an aspiring pattern designer, I'm not near at the place these other people are. I do really feel like the work you put into it, it's for 10 bucks, 12 bucks, it's worth it to buy the pattern from people. So that's that. But welcome. Hi, everybody. Say hello. Say good morning. It's been a wild ride this summer. I'm really excited to hang out with you all. This is Thunderbird Handcrafted, if I didn't say that already. My name is Genevieve. We kind of do this try to do it every Sunday, just a cozy, comfy hangout, sewing together. You don't need to sew the pattern that I am sewing, but I do recommend these patterns as ones that I have found to be unique or different. I try to find patterns in particular that are either patterns I think you could sew to sell, because that's really, I think, where a lot of us start our sewing journey, is going to craft markets and things like that to try to make the money back of all the supplies that we're buying, or sewing as gifts. And I feel like this one, especially at this time of year, is a really good gifter pattern, whether you're going to make this little backpack for a little loved one in your life, or as like a best friend gift where you fill it with all sorts of bookish goodies or things your best friend loves. I think it could be a really good pattern that way. So that is today's live sew, and we're going to get to it. Good morning, Penny. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Joni. I'm so glad you're all here. Oh, here comes Apollo. Good morning, Lydiana. Ooh, that's such a pretty name. So my husband is potentially going to be pressure washing the outside of our house. So you might hear some of that noise happening. For some reason, I don't know about you guys, but in Pennsylvania, we had like a pretty hot summer, but then towards the end of it, which we always have humidity, but it got super humid towards the end of the summer. And the front of our house, at the middle of the summer, I was like, oh, we probably don't need to pressure wash it this summer. And then like literally by the time we came back from Salty Sews, our house just looks, yeah. So my mother-in-law and my husband are going to be out pressure washing the front of our house and cleaning off our front porch to get ready for cozy fall decorating. So I'm kind of excited about that. So if you follow me over on Instagram, I'll share the decorating part over in my stories as we get there. But tell me if you're here and you're joining me. Good morning, Cynthia. Are you sewing something this morning with me? What are you making? You don't have to be making what we're making today. Tell me in the comments what you're making, and I'll start sharing with you the different things that I'm using today. All right. So first and foremost, grab your pattern. Again, Christy has this on sale right now. So if you don't have the Luna backpack or really any of her patterns, she has some really nice patterns. So definitely go over and check them out. But she does have the Luna backpack on sale. I've made this twice already. I've made it once. Where do I have it? So if you're not familiar with our blind date sewing kits, this is our current one coming up. So we're going to be doing a live sew workshop on, what's the date? I want to say it's the 15th, I think. I have it that you can set the reminder on YouTube if you want to join us. But this down to earth panel along with some dyed fabric, some feathered fabric, all the hardware to do another set of patterns. We still have, I think I have under 5 now of those kits left. I do have a link in the details that goes to all my kits. So if you want to sew those with us, but I thought, you know what, I was going to use that kit to show you how you could take the kit and maybe an exterior, like another like vinyl or cork or something to add to the kits to sew something else that's a little bit bigger. So that's when I did this. And this is the Luna backpack. Isn't it such a cute, it's such a cute size. Again, like I said, I felt like it was a good size, like if you were going to make a kid backpack. But at the same time, I feel like it's one of those backpacks as an adult that you could totally use, like if you're just going out for the day. So like, cause the length of the straps is meant to fit an adult. So, so I really do like it for that. And I also felt like just the size of it, it's like almost a medium sized backpack. It's not a really big backpack and it's not a really small backpack. So as far as like gift giving, you could totally put inside here some fun things. So some features about this backpack that I like a lot. One, it is binded, which I know sometimes scares people. So it is binded. So we're going to be doing some binded and dyed today. It also, of course, key clips. Hello, it's one of my pet peeves. I feel like every bag needs a key clip. And then the really cool feature of this bag is the inside panel that has a zipper pocket. So there's a zipper pocket here, but then there is also a slip pocket behind that zipper pocket, which is really cool. So I really like just how this bag turns out. This is our neutral pebble cork. We do have that over on the website. We only have a few rolls of it left. So if you want to grab that before it's sold out, we do still have that. Just search it in the search bar. Right now my website is kind of under a revamp, you guys. So if you are looking for something, put it in the search bar and it should come up for you. So this is what we're making today. So I'm very excited to do it with you all. What am I using? What are the things that I'm using? So I am super stoked because it's soon October 1st. So if you follow me, you know that every every first of the month, we release a new hand-dyed retail batch of fabrics. So that's a colorway that we have a whole bunch of different bases that we've dyed that colorway, and they're limited. So it's usually anywhere between 30 and 40 pieces. And so that will happen on October 1st at 7 o'clock Eastern time. For my Patreon, 8 o'clock for everybody else. And then we also release a dynamic fabric kit. So what is a dynamic fabric kit? And I feel like I don't have a full one here to show you. I should have done that, but it's okay. A dynamic fabric kit is, let me grab the card here. So one of the things, and I feel like if you follow me and you've purchased these, feel free to share in the comments like what you like about the dynamic fabric kit, because I feel like I created this from the very beginning. This was like the first thing I ever did as my dyed fabric business, because I felt like the hardest thing for people is usually to coordinate colors, whether it be something that you're purchasing, like you're going and looking for stuff and like trying to make sure like, oh, does that green go with that red or whatever, or if you're trying to match something in your stash to something that you're trying to buy, right? So I created these color theory cards that come with the dynamic fabric kit that have the 2 dyed fabric colors and then all of the coordinating colors that go along with that based off of the color wheel. All right. So that you're able to go into your stash and pick things that will potentially go with it. Like if you wanted a vinyl that went with the dynamic fabric kit, since we don't carry vinyls, there's so many great stores that have vinyl. And then on the back, it just tells you what's in the kit. It tells you a little color story. So if you are sewing to sell online, one of the big things that helps when you're creating like a collection or you're posting on Instagram is to kind of have words and things that kind of describe and create a feeling around. So that's on the back of the card. So this is in the dynamic fabric kit. And then every month we release 2 hand-dyed fabrics. So this is Brambleberry, which is this really pretty, it's cotton sateen. That's like this cranberry burgundy color. And then this is the Moss Veil, which is a cotton poplin, I don't know if it's going to come off yellowish in YouTube, but every picture I've taken of it, it's like come off yellow. It is more of a green mossy vibe than the yellowish piece. But for some, you know, iPhones don't always pull color. And then the other thing you get in that kit is 2 Kona fat quarters. And our Kona, if it matters to you, I know some people it really matters. I personally feel like the weight of it is nice, is the Kaufman Kona cotton. We're really lucky to be able to work with our supplier to be able to get that. So it comes with this cute little foxy fat quarter, and then also this gilded pine cone fat quarter. So all of these fabrics then coordinate. And then we work with Jade and Chris over at the Heartwood and Hide Co. to create a tag that kind of goes along with the theme. So this one is on vinyl and it says Forest Child. It's so cool. So that's the Dynamic Fabric Kit. So that'll come out on October 1st. Comes out in the morning. We only make 20 of these kits a month. We decided, because I felt like our book lover panels, if you haven't used our book lover panels yet, which is what this here is in our blind date sewing kit, everybody really likes those. I feel like it's such a good piece to be able to build off of. I was thinking, why don't we create book lover panels that go along with our Dynamic Fabric Kit? We'll sell it separately, but we'll only have the same number as Dynamic Fabric Kits as we do the panels. So they're limited. Once they sell out, we won't be rerunning it again. And so that's what we did. And so I'm so excited to show you because this one's so cute. I love a good fall foxy vibe. And so this is the panel that's going to be with to coordinate for this month. So this will release on October 1st as well. There'll only be 20 of them available. And then the coordinate, so here's the piece I cut from, the panel I cut from. It has a coordinate sage green where the panel was on, okay? And then this is the other coordinate goes with it. So you can kind of see, because I cut everything from this, see all the great like fall color vibes. So that's what we're using for this kit. Again, it doesn't come out till October 1st. We do have other kits still available from other months if you wanted to try to coordinate those with another book lover panel, or you have something in your stash you want to coordinate it with. If you have questions about coordinating something, you're always allowed to DM me or shoot me an email. If you have pictures or whatever, I love helping with that. So please don't hesitate to shoot me a message. And I'd love to help you with that. The other thing that we do have to help you with your color coordinating is we do sell color wheels. Just type that also in the search engine. So if you need a color wheel, we do have those as well. All right, so that's the panel, the dyed fabric. The vinyl that I'm using, because I am using a vinyl for the exterior, is a My Little Shindig vinyl. I'm going to turn my light a little bit to try, so hopefully we can get the sparkle on this. But this is a My Little Shindig vinyl. It's like a mix between, I don't know if can you guys see the sparkle in this? It's a mix between like a brown and a burgundy. I don't know if Katie still has this on her website or not, but I know she had a fair amount. It's almost like a faux suede. And it's a mix between like a burgundy and a brown, which I thought went really well with this. All of Katie's vinyls, I do feel are a really good weight, whether you're sewing with an industrial or with a domestic. So definitely go and check out My Little Shindig vinyl. You know, I'm kind of biased. She is one of my besties. But at the same time, she does pick really good weight vinyls. So go check her out for that. The webbing that we're using is from Georgia Girl Stitches. So I thought this went really well because it kind of has, you know, like this has kind of that like plaid vibe. I thought that it went really well with that. I love Georgia Girl Stitches for my webbing. It's primarily the only place I buy webbing anymore. Second of all, Joy, the owner of Georgia Girl Stitches, is a sweetheart. So that's always a wonderful thing to know you're supporting someone who's kind and wonderful. But she does have some really great webbings. The other thing that Joy has, if you're just looking for solid colors, because like sometimes I don't want all of the decorative stuff, I just want solid colors. She also has sample kits you can get from her of her synthetic webbing and also her cotton webbing. So I highly recommend if you're in bag making and you're like, I just want someplace where I know I can get the color that I want, I would highly recommend grabbing these from Georgia Girl Stitches. All my hardware, as well as my zipper tape. I think my zipper tape for this one is from Idle Blooms. All my hardware, interfacing, all of that's from Waywack. You can't go wrong with Waywack anymore, you guys, since Joann's closed. Also, the fact that it shows up the next day. I'm one of those people who, like, I think I want to make a bag, I cut it all out, and then I go to pull the hardware, and I'm like, oh, I don't have that, and have to order it. So definitely go check out Waywack if you haven't ordered from them. The Heartwood and Hide, even though this tag is something that I collaborate with them on, definitely go check out the Heartwood and Hide Co. Jade and Chris have a great subscription. Just really cute tags for every occasion, every situation. So go check out the Heartwood and Hide. The other thing that I'm using is I am adding a tassel to the front of this bag because I just felt like the fall vibe needed a tassel. So I made a tassel out of the vinyl using this template from Jolie Lee Creations. Leslie is also another wonderful human who owns Jolie Lee Creations, and this template is probably one of my most used templates. So if you're a template lover, I would definitely go over and grab this if you don't have it already. It literally allows you to make all these little perfectly measured cuts, and then it actually has a line for you to be able to cut where you need to cut the bottom. So we're going to be doing that. And I think that's the jazz. The last thing is my thread. I've been addicted to this thread from Ray from over at Emporium. And it's called When September Ends. It's this really amazing variegated browns I feel for fall. It's like so perfect. I was going to change my thread because I've had this on my machine now for multiple projects this month. Well, the past couple months. And then I thought, I don't really have a green because I was going to change to like a green. I was like, I don't really have a green that I really love with what we're doing. And I could just do a basic brown, but why do a basic brown when I have a variegated brown? So that's what I'm using as far as thread. We're sewing today on my Sailrite Fabricator because this with the vinyl, I have a Bernina Domestic. I probably could do it, but I'm not as practiced there with binding. I do find I love binding more on my industrial. And I think that's it. I think that's everything. Let me look at your comments. Sewing the Gabriella bag by Brittany. I don't know if I've seen that one. Christy, no sewing, just getting back from work. Oh, girl. Well, I hope you get to rest today. Making quilt blocks today, Joni. I'm trying so hard to be a quilter. We're going to get there. I'm going to learn from all of you guys. Yeah, the webbing is really cute. Definitely go check out Georgia Girl Stitches. She has some other colorways of that same, what do we call that? Like diagonal design. You're not late to the party. We're just getting started, Sarah. All right. Cool. All right, so we're going to get started. And let me just open. I know I've made this twice, but you know, Nana brain. I don't remember where I'm starting. So what are we starting with? We're starting with the zipper on the front. And I don't think I cut 2 tabs, so I probably need to do that. I think what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to use some binded and dyed for the tabs. I just did this the other week, and it's the 1 1/4 inch is actually perfect for zipper tabs. So I think that's what we're going to do for the zipper tab, and we're gonna get started. All right, let me just make sure I have everything in a place that I'm not going to lose it. because, you know, that's how I roll. And let's see, let's get a vote. Okay, I'm going to put 1 in the comments for this direction to be able to see me sewing. Put a 2 in the comments for this direction to see me sewing. Let me know which you'd like to do. I'm going to make my little zipper tabbies while you let me know which one you want me to do. Good morning, Dana. I just made another DA adventure sling. It's so cute and fun. I'll be working on a wallet and some apparel makes at some point too today. Oh, cute. Sarah, you're just on a roll. Okay, let me see how big my zipper tabs need to be. Two-inch. And okay. So everybody seems to want 2. All right. Well, we'll stay at this direction then, everyone. Let me find a marking pen. I think they're all over here. You know what's crazy? Oh, and I just hate you guys. After you are away on, like, you know, we were just away in Florida for Salty Sews. And I'm going to keep hitting it here. That's the only problem with this one in a small sewing room. I feel like I put stuff away and I didn't put stuff away where I would normally put it away, right? And now I'm like, where did that go? Why is it not in the place I would normally put it? I'm also using, this is the Sequoia Bind It and Dyed. I felt like it went really well. Like it has a really nice fall orange to go along with the fox. So if you're wondering what color Bind It and Dyed, and we do have this available in 1 inch and 1 1/4 inch over on the site. So if you're wanting to match what I'm doing, to know what to order, this is the Sequoia Bind It and Dyed. Okay. So what did everybody do this weekend? Did you guys do anything yesterday? I had such a fun time yesterday at a local market for the community that's adjacent to us, where my daughter teaches. So it was a really fun time. There were so many vendors, so many people out and about. Lots of 3D printers. Boy, that took off. All right, so we're gonna grab, this is for the front. So that is, I need these, I don't need this one. That is, I'm doing the tassel on the front, so I'm just gonna, pull the tassel zipper out. We're not gonna put our tassel on right away. We're gonna wait till the very end to do that. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this one comes together because I feel like it's such good colors. All right, so there we have our zipper pull on there. And now we're going, how is this? I'm trying to remember which way. Okay, so the way this one works is we're just lining it like this and then stitching on either side like so. Correct? I think so. Yeah. Trying to find what I'm trying to remember my 1/4 inch seam allowance we're doing. Sandwich. know. No, I think it's this way. All right. Never, like, when you come back to sew, you're like, I don't understand anything that is wrote here. Oh, my. It is still crazy warm here for fall. Like, it's kind of odd. I think we're going to do some muck dyeing today, actually, when we're all done here. So to Molly Caddy, organizer. Laura, I love Measure and Cut. Gosh, I'm going to forget her name. She's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart, too. I really like her. All right, so we're going to stitch these across. I met her at the Lynn's Handmade Retreat, and just super sweet. I want to make one of those, but I'm not sure where I would attach it. If I would attach it like over here, but then it's in the way of my knee lift, and over on this side of my silhouette I have my little drawer, so I'd have to find another place to put it, but maybe it's one of those I save for the future sewing room, right? The other thing I shared over my stories this morning, but I feel like it's something to remind everybody. Have you changed your needle lately? I feel like it's one of those things where we should change it every time we sit down to sew, but then we forget about it. And I just changed mine this morning. So change your needle. It makes a huge difference. Oh, the other thing, I have to remember to keep using. We got this in the goodies from Jolie Lee Creations at Salty Sews, and it's lovely. I wanted to plug that. That was a really great goodie bag gift, Jolie. Leslie. A really good one. I'm trying to think of other things to be goodie bags. Things. Okay, so there we have our zipper. I have changed my needle yesterday. Sarah's, don't judge me. Yes, that tape, is it it's a clear, thicker tape, right? I'm looking in the other camera, but it's like a clear, thicker tape. I watched that recommendation, but with no sound. But yeah, I've used that on other stuff too. It's nice to have. Okay, so now we need our Foxy, our little baby Foxy. So I OD-coated all of my exterior stuff that wasn't vinyl. If you've not OD-coated before, I personally, it's messy fun. All right. I have a link to it in the details of the video. Let me show you the jar, what it looks like. Okay, so this is OD-coat. It creates this oilcloth look. Okay. It allows you to have a little bit more of a wipeable and still use cotton wovens. I've used it on my sailcloth. We also are using it on some of the Kona today. It's just nice to add. I let this sit for 24 hours, but if you have a fan going in your sewing room, It doesn't take that long for it to dry. This is just one coat. I've done up to 3 coats on bags, but I just did one just to give it a little bit more of like that wipeable for the exterior since it was a backpack. So it's just off of Amazon. And like I've done, let's see how much I have in here. I've done multiple bags with it. I still have over half in here. So I love it, especially if you're doing the book lover panels and stuff as exteriors. It's a nice addition. Okay, so I need our little accents. So I need one of those. And I think we're gonna need to put, always clip your centers, Jenna, because that's important. Okay. Oh, this is just going to be so cute. Little foxy girl. I feel like it's definitely a girl because she has eyeliner on. It's definitely a girl fox. She has wings. Eyeliner wings. All right. And we'll do some double-sided tape. Because why not? Oh, and you're now gonna, can you guys hear my husband with the pressure washer? I'm sorry. Again, farm life. I can't control. That's why, honestly, my YouTube channel is, I feel like it's just real life. It's not polished. So it is what it is. We're gonna have that in the background. Last night, my husband and I, my husband's uncle and his wife are in charge of a youth group of the church that we're the caretakers for. And they asked my husband if he would drive the truck with the hay wagon for the youth group to go for a hayride. And we took Apollo along, and oh my gosh, he would have thought that the hayride was just for him. It was so cute. All right, let's stitch this down. We're going to do 1/4 inch. We saw a bunch of deer last night. I've heard the fox on our farm. It's rare that I see a fox. My husband usually sees, DJ usually sees the fox. Like when he's coming home from work, since he works second shift, he usually sees the foxes. But I hear them at night, like when I take Apollo out. Look at that. So pretty. That was perfect with like, good choices. Choices were made and they were good. All right, so now we're gonna top stitch this. I love a backpack that has like this nice little like accent. What's the other one? The Making backpack, doesn't that have that too? I use this panel also for my critter swap for Salty Sews, because I got Debbie actually from Salty Sews. She was my exchange partner for me, and she had on her thing that she loved foxes, and I had literally just got these panels, and I was like, well, I can't not make her something with this panel. So I made my new quilted tote bag pattern for her, and she was so excited. It's so fun to do a swap and like the person is like just so excited to get what you made them. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to do our zipper. So I'm going to find my center here. Just going to do a small little snip Smallest little snip. If you can do, it's not even 1/8 of an inch. When you look at a zipper, there's like a little tiny place that you can clip into that is gonna not, like, it doesn't get into the area where it would fray. So just keep that in mind. Some more double-sided tape. My son this weekend, because my son goes to college not far from us, so he can come home on the weekends if he wants. And I messaged him to see, like, was he coming home, and he was like, well, do I need to? So I'm like, oh, we're in that stage now, which makes me happy but also sad at the same time. That he's at the stage of, like, I'm good, I'm having fun at school, you know, or I'm focused on schoolwork, you know, whatever it is. You know, that he has friends there that he wants to hang out with and doesn't necessarily want to hang out with mom. So that's a good thing, but it's also like, oh, that's why I like keep my dog a baby. It's so funny. He is such a baby. Yesterday when I went with my friend to this market and my daughter came along because both my nieces were with my best friend, he was so upset because he had to stay with my husband and he couldn't come with all of us. My husband said he cried the whole time. Okay, and then we're gonna flip that up. Oh yeah, this is gonna look so good. And then we're gonna top stitch that. This variegated thread, I'm telling you, if you don't have this When September Ends yet from Ray from Emporium Threads, you need to get it. Don't buy it all because I think I'm going to get another spool of it just to have, because I'm serious, it's such a good variegated colorway. And she does have her threads, like you can get it in a domestic weight and in an industrial weight, which is nice. Because I have one of her other brighter variegations for my domestic machine. Alright, there's that. Yeah, this one for the industrial is Tech 70, and then I think her domestic stuff is 45, I think. So, definitely good weight for both. And now we're going to put our other panel piece on. Add some double-sided tape. I'm so sorry for the pressure washer, but it needs it so bad. Because my mother-in-law, she asked if my husband would come over and do her place, and he was like, does it really need it? And he said then when he went outside and looked at our place, it was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So did hers yesterday, and then he was like, well, while I have the pressure washer out, we're gonna take care of ours today. But then I get to go and do all the fun fall decorating. I have to go grab some mums and some pumpkins and stuff from my farmer's stand that's not too far from us. Do you guys decorate for fall? Did you put anything out for fall? I want to get, for our porch, I want to get some of those, like, they're kind of like a little bit more like glowy stringy lights that are like indoor outdoor that I see everybody has. I've wanted them for a while and just haven't done it. But I think this year that's gonna happen. Okay, and we're going to fold that back. Oh yes, so pretty. The other thing that I've been working on, and I would love your guys' input, if you're over in my Facebook group, go over there. There's a poll. We're working on we worked on all of the retired designs. So coming soon, the list of what designs are retiring, so that if you want to grab them during our last chance pre-order, which happens in November, we'll be releasing that soon, and it'll be the last chance to get those bases, those designs in any of our fabric bases. But we're also working on designs for 2026, like collections. So there's a poll over in the group. I thought that it would allow you guys to choose more than one option. It does not. But I would love for you to go choose like out of the list there. And I think you should be able to add, but if you can't add, just choose the one you like the most out of the list, and then feel free to put a comment with like what other collections you would like to see for 2026, because we're kind of revamping some things, working on some different things. Okay, now, so you can see what I did on the back here. So I interfaced the, So I didn't interface the sailcloth since I Odie coated it. I didn't interface the sailcloth with 101. I just cut the interfaced pattern off of some fusible fleece, and that's what I interfaced this with. So you know what I interfaced there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lay a strip of tape across the top here. And we're going to fold this over 1/4 inch, because we're going to lay this then on the front exterior piece and then top stitch it, right? Oh, and I didn't do something. Choices were made and I didn't listen. That wasn't correct. I should have, right? I should have. Hold on a second. Yep, Jenna. The lining. I think I can fix it without ripping things apart. Dang it. I'm here gabbing to myself, you guys, and not reading the pattern. Oh, local pumpkin patch with your kiddos. Oh, I miss those days. I miss them. I really love the season I'm in with my kids, to be very honest. I miss the season. How? Because it should just be this, and I feel like that's not big enough. Oy vey, Jenna. Trim the exterior lining to match as needed. Well, I don't want to trim it. I'll trim off my guy. I think I need to cut a piece. You know what I'm going to do? think what I'm going to do, just to save space for myself, I'm going to cut a piece to fit this part, and then I'm going to, you know, like to fit this part. Yeah, I'm going to cut a piece to fit this part, stitch that on there, and then, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut a piece to fit that because I have extra of this. All right, we're going to go over, we're going to do that. I've got to hear my husband pressure washing for a little bit. Okay. I'll turn you guys around so you can watch me fix my mistake if you want. Can you guys see here? It'll be so nice. Oh my gosh. Of course he's doing right here. Oh my guy. I'm lucky I have a guy that's handy like that, you know? Alright. Let's make this happen here. This is why I say to everybody, like, I'm probably not the best person to learn. I'm so sporadic with stuff, but we're gonna cut out a piece. And I can trim these edges while I'm at it. Really change my rotor cutter blade. I haven't changed it since I'm back from multi-scissors. Definitely looks like it needs it. Okay. Alright, now we can turn you back around. We're gonna just set this guy on here. Oh, wires and all sorts of junk. And my crazy old air conditioner that's in here. There we go. I feel like we're at a good spot now. Yeah. Alright. It's weird, like I look out my other window and my husband's standing on the porch roof. Okay. Oh, and that's sticking down. Alright, so now this is going here, like so, right? No, like this. That's what's happening. Okay. So I need to put this tape here. Tape that like so. There. That's gonna, oh, I probably should have accounted for that. That's alright. You won't see that inside the bag anyways. And then I'm just gonna tape this down so it just stays where it needs to stay, since it's not going to the seam allowance. Generally should have made it bigger. Okay. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do double stitches. Before I do that, I want to fold this down so I'm not sticking. You can always make something work out in your favor, right? Hey there, Stacy. How are you doing? If anybody didn't know, Stacy from Tay Tay's Custom Creations, she is doing a retreat next March that I'm going to be teaching at. I mean, obviously, maybe you don't want to learn from me since this is how I roll. This was bound to be a scrappy live, since it's the first one back after not doing it for a while, so. But we're going to be doing my new pattern. I'm going to have designed exclusive fabric. It is a New England event, which is so exciting, because I used to live in Maine, and so I'm so excited to go to Boston and get to sew with people. So, okay, so there's that. So I did a double stitch there. So now I'll do a double stitch on this one, just to match them. And I'm going to design some exclusive fabric just for that class. I'm working with an artist now to design it. But I'm really excited. We're going to vend there since it's so close to us. And there's a bunch of other, like Shanova's going to be there, correct? And she's teaching. It's like retreat / expo. It's like a combo, right? Like there's still going to be vendors. There's still going to be all that, but it's like you take all the classes, not pick what classes, right, Stace? Am I right with that? Okay. All right, so there, somehow we made it. Now we're gonna get the exterior. Okay, so here's the exterior. I already coded this as well, okay? I interfaced this with 101 and with the fusible fleece just to give the front a nice exterior, okay? So, like a little bit more structure to it. So, now we're gonna find our centers on that. Okay. And I'm just gonna line it up here, see where we are. Okay, and I think I know exactly what I did. I think I used, so the way this pattern is set up, I wouldn't have had to. The way the pattern is set up is there's a line where you cut, and I think I cut them backwards. I think I cut the lining, this is the lining, and then I cut the exterior as the lining. I should have used, and the panel would have been enough to do that, but it doesn't matter. It just gives this a bigger pocket in the front, so it all works out. Okay, so I'm going to put some double-sided tape up here just to hold that down for me. I could have done that top stitch to hold the whole piece down, but it's all right. So many goodies. Ooh, how many VIP tickets do we have? Is there a number of VIPs? And I'm sponsoring the tea and coffee station as well. because we definitely need some good teas and some good coffee. Okay, so I'm gonna stitch this across now, and then I'm gonna go and cut this so that it's the right angles. And then I think I'm gonna play around with my tag. I could either do the tag here. I'll do my tag next. I'll decide that before this stays stitched down. I could put it here, but it's pretty thin of an area. I think I might actually like to put it like right there. So let's just stitch this down. Hello, husband. Like, he couldn't have done the back of the house first. Oh. Okay, so now let's decide our tag. So, I feel like the tag might look really cute right there. So, I made a frame with some of Jade and Chris's frames that they have like templates for. I love this tag because it says Forest Child. I feel like that's, like, what do you guys think? That's like a really good placement for the tag. So I think we're gonna do that. So first, let me stitch this down. I'm not gonna add, I usually add puffy stuff to my tags. But this is a vinyl, a luxe vinyl tag. So it's a little bit more, like, it has a thicker weight to it. So I'm just going to stitch it right down. And I just eyeball these. I know I could make the marks, but okay. So we're gonna side here, and we're just gonna top stitch on here. Yeah, it has a little paw print and a little pine cone. It's so cute. Oh, shoot. Is anybody else watching the As Ever Meghan Markle Martha Stewart show on Netflix? I'm a little obsessed with it. Like, actually, like, there's so many things I have in my Amazon cart just from that show, which I'm sure was intentional, but I fall into those traps fairly regularly. When it comes to, like, baking and crafting, you know, she has a crafting cottage. Ugh. Okay. Well, the classes are for 40 guests total, splitting up about 20 VIP tickets for a full weekend, 10 Friday class tickets, 10 Saturday class tickets, single day event tickets. We'll get some goodies too. Very fun. Stacey, if you want to put the, oh, I don't think you can put the link, because you're not a moderator. In my group, now my father-in-law has been added to the chat. He's out there yelling at my husband on the roof. If you go over, I shared it over on my Facebook group, and if you join Taylor's group, not Taylor's, Stacy's group. If you join Stacy's group, we have posts in our featured posts for the event if you want more deets. Okay, so now we got that stitched on. Alright, so now we can, yeah, that's gonna look so good, like right about there. So we're gonna just add a piece of double-sided tape to hold it in place. Yeah, I think right there. All right, so I'm gonna pull this off. And we're gonna stitch this baby on. Okay. Cute, cute, cute. Boy, he's doing a thorough job, that man of mine. He's like, how many times do you need to pressure wash my window, man? I should turn the camera over so you guys can see him, because I bet you that would be the thing that would make him stop. Did anyone see that reel, speaking of fall decorations, of the woman who ordered pallets of pumpkins? Like, she texted her husband to watch for the pumpkins to arrive, like she got them delivered. And he's like, your pallet came. And she goes something like, well, there's more. Well, is that the only pallet that was delivered? Or something like that. And he's like, what? Okay. So I'm just going to trim this down to match. Doesn't it look so cute? I love it. All right, I'm gonna stay stitch all around the edge just to hold it together. So there's our front. Oh, I should have. Oh no, not yet. Okay, so there's our front with our zipper. Cute. And that's a nice, that I actually like that I did it larger, because that's a nice size pocket now on the front. So there's the exterior. Now let's see, what are we doing next? Next we're doing our handles, our straps. So I'm going to set this aside, grab our strap pieces. So our strap pieces, I use the Kona, but then I OD coated the Kona, just one coat, just to give it a little bit more oomph. Okay, Oh, you guys can't see this. Here, let me see. How do I need to turn you here? Hold on. Bear with me a second. We're all tangled up for me turning it the other direction. Oh, the joys of a small sewing room. Let's see. I think if I take you back this way a little bit. Now you guys can see a little bit better. Okay. So here, sorry if I didn't have it far enough back. Now you guys can actually like see the full piece. We good? But there she is. All right, we just have to add our little tassel at the end. All right. So we're setting that aside. Now we're doing our straps. So the straps, I interface with 101 because it is Kona, and then I also have some foam interfacing that I've added. What we're going to do is we're going to fold over the one edge a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to use 1/4 inch double-sided tape just to go down along one side like so. We're gonna just fold. You could draw a line if you wanted to. We're just gonna eyeball it. I'm just gonna fold it in along that tape, that 1/4 inch. Okay. There's one. What's nice about the Odie coating is it actually kind of makes your fabric kind of like a wax canvas, so it'll hold the fold nice too. So we're just folding it right along that double-sided tape. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold in the other side, and we're going to be laying this on top. So you need another strip. I'm going to use a thinner double-sided tape right along that line. There's that. Now when I peel that off, I'm going to fold this over, and then we're going to fold that right on top. Okay? And that's going to be our seam here. The one thing I wish I would have done is I wish I would have ironed the foam before I Odie coated it, because this morning when I Odie coated it and I was laying it on my wool mat, the Odie coating was like melting a little bit again, and it was pulling some of the fuzz from my wool mat up. Hey, enjoy your day, Sarah. Enjoy your day. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Alright, so now we're gonna fold this in. through here. Okay, so there are those, and now we're going to top stitch those, I believe. Oh, I forgot a part. I forgot a piece because I'm not looking at directions. Okay, I need to find. So down here at the bottom, before we forget, we're actually going to be making like a little triangle area here, like so. And then we're folding it in to make this nice and finished, because this is the end that we're going to attach to our strap anchors. So do that quick. Okay, so now we're going to top stitch these beauties, and I'm gonna start down here, and I'm gonna pull my thread through, and then at the end I'm gonna back stitch. So actually I'm gonna make my tail a little longer here so I have it to pull through. Okay, so now we're just gonna do a top stitch right down this. And then see how it makes like this nice backpack strap look on the other side. So I'm going to just pull this one through and then tie that off. Go. I can tuck that little end in there. Okay, so there's one. Now we have to do the other one. Make sure that this is all tucked in nice. Okay. I'm just gonna get this one ready. Look at all the fuzzers from my wool mat. They'll come off. Alright, so now we're going to top stitch this. I feel like I got a little bit of center there. There we go. Okay. Pull this in through, tuck that in there nice. Turn my thread down. Okay, so now we have those done. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Janetta. All right, now we're going to do our strap anchors. Let me find those. So here's our strap anchors, and I'm going to iron some Decoville Light on to these before we attach them. I have a bunch of leftover over here. I just feel like this is kind of one of those parts, like when a pattern only calls for like one layer of vinyl, and can you guys see this? When it's only one layer of vinyl, it's really important to have something that's going to stabilize it against that D-ring or rectangle ring that you're using. So I'm just using some of my scrap here to cut 2 pieces and to iron those on to there before we attach them, because it just, you know, a backpack, you never know how much weight is going to go into it. And it's just important to kind of keep it some strength there. So I'm just going to iron that on real quick. And I just got one of those, is it Olizo irons, little mini irons for teaching. I got 2 mini one. I gave one away to Jordan, who's my helper, for her birthday, and I kept the other one for myself because I used to use my little mini Cricut iron over here, and I really love it. I feel like, does anybody have the bigger one? I think I might give my daughter, because she's been stealing it, my bigger iron, so she has one for herself, and buy the bigger Oliso iron for here in the sewing room. Okay, so we have those. Now what we're going to do, so this pattern calls for rectangle rings, but I don't keep a lot of rectangle rings, so we're using D-rings. And the way that I did this was I put the D-ring piece, like the piece that's like the D-ring part, the straight piece, I should be saying, like this, and then I put my webbing on this part. So we're going to take this end, and we're just going to be sandwiching these together like so, and then we're going to be stitching all along there. But I want to put some double-sided tape just to keep it in place while I'm stitching. So let me grab some thicker pieces here. And then we're going to rivet these on. What are everybody's plans for October? Do you have anything exciting happening in October? I feel like Halloween for me, I love Halloween, but there's nothing, since my kids are grown, there's nothing exciting Halloween-y. I am thinking about scheduling a brunch with one of my friends to Jim Thorpe, which, if you've never been to Jim Thorpe in Pennsylvania, it's this really quaint little town, about an hour from me. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but like that point of your triangle should be where your top stitching is centered. Okay, like so. Good morning, Diana. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. Line that up. Line that up. Like so. Okay, so now we're going to top stitch this. And I feel like starting in the point was what worked the last time for me. So that's what we're going to do. And the Nana eyes are needing more light. So I'm going in just a little bit more than the, like I'm doing actually like a 1/4 inch top stitch, just so that I'm catching everything. There we go. And we'll do the same over here. And the one thing to be careful of, and let's see, did I do it over here? No. The first one I did, because it is only one layer of vinyl, just be careful that your point doesn't get stuck in like the hole of your machine. I did that with the first one and it kind of like bent the tip over. It wasn't a very nice finish. So just keep that in mind. The other thing I have to do, maybe we'll do that today too, if my husband's hanging around. I have to harvest all my potatoes. We have a big mound of potatoes and they need to be harvested. I should have said something to my mother-in-law about that. She would maybe start on that. Okay. So there we go. Now we need to add some rivets to this, but I think I might wait because that can always be done at the very end. We'll keep sewing here. I'm going to tie these off. Working and lurking for you. Hi, Jason. So these, I like how the pine cone fabric turned out OD coated, and then with this vinyl, it turned out really good too. Like it looks really good next to the vinyl. Okay. There we go. All right, now the next pieces we need our back our exterior. So all I did for this is I just did some Decoville Light for the interfacing on the back of this. I'm going to find my centers. Okay, I'm going to find my center as well here. Okay, and then I need to look and see, because what's going to happen is these are going to be placed. I need to cut. Yeah. So on this one, I need to go this direction. Just a slight off the edge, like maybe like a 1/4 inch, like that. Okay. And then we're going to do the same over here, the opposite way, like so. See? So that way they lay nice. Okay, so we have that piece. Now we're going to get our accent piece, which is this that I Odie coated from the Book Lover panel. And we're going to get our handle. So we need that. All right, so we want to find our center on this. And then I'm going to put a piece of double-sided tape on this side. And this side. Okay. And then we're gonna come on. Peel that off. Go down about a 1/4 inch. Pull it down. I'm going to do the same on the top. Next weekend, I won't be going live, but the tutorial for my new pattern will be up. That's when I'll be releasing the tutorial for it. I am going to sew one live with Katie and Jade on Friday night. We're doing a Bobbin Buddies on Friday night, so if you want to join Katie and Jade and I, please join us. It'll be a good time. But if you want like an actual step-by-step recorded tutorial, that'll be out on next Sunday. All right. Oh, I just threw my stuff. Now I need to measure. How far down are we going here? Two inches. So we're going to measure this down. And just put some little marks where it needs to go. Okay. And then take our double-sided tape off. And I'm just gonna line that up there for now. And then I need to get my, So it's going to go this direction, right in the center. So I'm going to put that in there, like so. And then these are going to go like on a slant, okay? So I need to find the, so that goes, is that the right direction? Yeah, this is the right one. I'm just going to stick that in there about.
Daddy said it didn't want to start, so it must have told that switch yet.
Is that the right way or is this the right way? I think this is right. Let me look. Oh, and wrong side paste. What does it say? I feel like there is a direction.
Why this new switch here?
Let me think about how it goes on your back.
Remember you had ordered it. Why this switch here? See what it does.
Yeah, this is the right one. Okay. So we're just going to stick that in there. So I know I'm going to catch it. I might put it down just a little bit further. There. There you go. Because you do have straps too that are, so I might actually I might put it down a little further because I think I'm going to rivet in the center here just to hold on to it a little bit more. So, right. There we go. Does that feel right? And then this way. I don't know what happened, you guys. Hopefully it comes back. That was weird. I'm not sure